Today we're going to talk about the Senate election that will happen this year in the 2026 midterms. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like down below. It's very important that you do that. And now I'll start with the likely seats that'll go towards the Democrats. There'll be Oregon, there'll also be Illinois, I would say even Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, New Hampshire, Virginia, and these are also Minnesota. These are the safe seats for the Democrats, including Colorado and New Mexico. So these are the safe seats. When it comes to the seats that the Democrats are guaranteed to win no matter what happens. This is here 45 seats. Then Republicans, of course, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, also Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, South Carolina, and I would say Florida. These are the safe seats for the Republicans. I'm not adding Texas, I'm not adding Georgia, I'm not adding North Carolina, nor Nebraska, nor Iowa, Alaska, Michigan, Ohio, and Maine. Those are the seats, 9 seats in the Senate that are considered toss-ups, at least in my personal opinion. And we'll start with the easiest one, I would say, which will be Georgia. And I think Georgia, doesn't matter what happens. I think that will go towards the Democrats. Jon Ossoff will win that. That is a very safe seat, as you can see here. Kamala barely lost Georgia, only by 2 points in 2024. And this is very interesting because Georgia, if you compare to the past, imagine 2016. Trump won Georgia by 5 points, lost the popular vote by 2, and then basically was a 7 point more Republican in Georgia. And when it comes to 2020, Biden won by 4. The popular vote, Trump lost Georgia by 0.20, so it was a 4 points more Republican than the national environment. And then in 2024, basically Georgia went 2 points Republican, and the national environment was also 1 point Republican. So basically a point more. That means the shift when it comes to be more Republican than nationwide, it is reducing at a huge rate. That means Georgia will be probably a blue state in like 20 years from now, or be like a purple state that leans blue like Ohio in like 10 years from now. That means Georgia will go to Jon Ossoff. I would argue even more than 10 points. I think that's certainly enrich of Jon Ossoff there. North Carolina will also go to Roy Cooper. Since you hear the polls, maybe we can check the polls here. Cooper's having a lead of 7 points. I think this will be almost 10 points. He was governor of North Carolina. He was great governor in terms of his approval rating, and now he's probably going to do a great job there. Also can check here the governor race in 2020 because it was the last time he was on the ballot. And since here, Trump won North Carolina by a point or so, and then Roy Cooper was able to win by 4.5 points the governor elections. You can see here. Also, getting huge percentage in Mecklenburg County, Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro. Also, all of those cities, that's very important. The Democrats, if they are about 30 points in Wake County, they have the state guaranteed, and they probably would like to get like 70% in Wake County. That's not impossible, and that's Raleigh. That was the county that was competitive like 15 years ago when Mitt Romney run in 2012, and that is shifting very, very fast because of the suburban rejection of President Trump. And this is not meant as a criticism. Of course, some presidents have its stronger parts in some parts of the United States. Like if you go to Michigan, if you go to Ohio, that's Trump's strength. Trump is very, very great in those communities. But if you go to the suburban votes, that's probably not the best part for him. And maybe, some people appeal to different parts, and that's usual. That's not meant as a criticism. That's just meant as what it happens, basically. Then Alaska will go to the Democrats. Alaska, Peltola won the race in 2020. For House, as you can see here. Of course, in 2018 also won. Not in 2020, 2022. And of course, she lost in 2024, as you can see here, but by a very narrow margin, as you can see. Let me just show you right here. So, it was 51-49 in a Republican year. That's why this is very easy for Peltola, even though she was incumbent back then. I think it's not very hard for Peltola to actually win the race there, even though it will be competitive, probably within a point or 2 points, but it will be very interesting to see Alaska going blue for Senate, which is not usual because Alaska usually it's usually a red state. So when it comes to Nebraska, I think, yeah, even though Ned Osborne is doing a great job trying to win Nebraska, I don't think that'll be possible. As you can see here, the odds are, in Poly Market, 65-34. In terms of I'm sorry, this is not really conceivable to comparison because, as you can see here, Don Osborne is a guy that's trying. Let me just go here to the Senate in 2024 because then Osborne was very close to winning against Deb Fisher 53-47 in 2024 in a Republican year. Because don't forget something, even though 2024 President Trump barely won the popular vote only by a point or so, But this was a Republican year when in terms of all the aspects. Trump won Pennsylvania by more than 100,000 votes, also 100,000 votes plus in Georgia. I would say 80,000 plus in Michigan. So this has huge margins for the Republican Party there. As you can see here, 6 points. I would say that Fisher in Osborne is probably going to lose like by 2 points or 3 points, but that will also go Republican. When it comes to Iowa will also go Republican. I mean, that's the way it is. There's nothing we can do about that. Iowa, even though probably the Iowa governor race will go to the Democrats there, but the Iowa Senate, I don't think that will go because they will underperform the governor race. And I would argue by how much, because as you can see here, this is Iowa in 2020, a Democratic year, don't forget that. Johnny Ernst, not popular incumbent, was reelected by 7 points. And that's the point. I mean, some people want to say, I mean, look, Iowa probably gonna flip. No, I don't think so. In the governor race, it is possible. I would argue it's the more reasonable scenario. But in the senatorial election, I don't think that's possible at all. Because these are federal elections, it's different than governor elections. And even though people want to claim that Iowa is competitive, I don't think it is, at least in federally speaking levels here. So now we have Ohio, Michigan, Texas, and Maine. I mean, we'll leave Maine for the last one because I already have a video for that. I actually can go to Maine right now. I think that will go Republican. So that's the way it is, guys. I think Susan Collins now, because we don't know the candidate yet, so that's why I'm saying Maine will go Republican. But it's a very easy win. It was a very easy win for the Democrats back then, like two months ago, before Potter got all the scandals, and now I would say it's a more reasonable win for the Republican candidate Susan Collins, their senator for almost 30 years or even more than that. But now we'll go to Michigan here, Al Sayed and Mike Rogers in Michigan. As you can see here, Mike Rogers run in 2024, I think, if I'm not mistaken exactly. As you can see here, he was barely behind Alice Slotkin. As you can see here, a lead of only like 17,000 votes, not even that. I'm sorry, slightly more than that, 19,000 actually, is 0.3 points. And the problem here, actually the best part for Mike Rogers was in Wayne County because of all this affection with Gaza war, with Hamas and Israel there. That's why in Wayne County, Detroit, Alice Slotkin was able to get a very small percentage of only 63%. I mean, in comparison, Biden got almost 70% in Wayne County. That's the city of Detroit and the suburbs around it. Also in Oakland County, key area for the Democrats there. Macomb County, the home of so-called Reagan Democrats. It's a key area for Republicans there, and it's so important. But I think due to the national environment, I would say that will go Democratic, even though it'll be very close. And when it comes to Ohio is a very interesting scenario. I mean, I would say that this is my prediction. I would say that Ohio will go Democratic. I mean, Brown is leading in some polls. You can see here, Siena poll went for the Hussett. But as you can see here, Fox News poll, which seems to be very correct usually, because we know they have a bias to the right in most of the media outlets here in terms of when it comes to polls, they're very correct. And they're saying Brown +8. But we'll wait for that. I mean, I will say that Brown was very close to winning in 2024. I would say Bernie Moreno was not the strongest candidate. That's true. But Sherrod Brown now in a much more bluer environment, I would say shift of D+10 when it compares to 2024. Get a popular vote, a generic ballot of D+8. I think that's certainly not enriched. As you can see here, 50% to 46. I would argue that the difference comes out of Delaware County. Delaware County must flip. Also Mahoning, that's a call. This is very working class areas like Mahoning County. Delaware County is more suburban, more white college voters white voters with college degree. And when it comes to Texas, you know my prediction because I released a video last week. This will go to Paxton and Texas will be Republican. Even though it will be very close, I would argue it will be even closer than 2018, even though some people don't agree with me. I understand you. I think it will be closer than the 2.6 points margin in 2018. I think it will be close to 1.5, or my prediction was only 0.3, but it maybe can go higher to 1.5. But I don't think it will be possible for Tallarico to win the race there in Texas for Senate. So this means a 50-50 Senate, which means Vice President J.D. Vance, which is the President of the Senate, will break the tie in favor of the Republicans. At least we assume that. Guys, this was the video. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your like down below. And yeah, tell me in the videos, tell me in the comments down below what you want for a new video. And also, I'll be very happy to answer to your comments down below. Thank you so much.